Hello, hi, Mr. Ramzi. Welcome to the podcast of Humans of Globe. It's such a pleasure to have you today with us. Your work transforming the retail experience at the intersection of fuel, food, and technology has been inspiring, and our listeners are eager to hear more about it and your passion behind it. So, we will be talking more towards your personal journey, experiencing the whole change which you have built towards convenience retail, your views on personalization, and how have you built businesses that balances with the purpose. So, welcome again to the podcast, Mr. Ramzi of Humans of Globe.
Thank you for having me. It's my pleasure. Um, really appreciate the Humans of Globe and what you are doing for this industry and retail industry as well. Thank you.
Pleasure to have you. So, first thing first, how did it feel to be spotlighted on Humans of Globe magazine? What was your first reaction once it was published?
Yes, it was. So seeing the story published was emotional. It really reminded me why we started this journey. So often we are so deep in execution, moving from one project to the other project, that we forget to take a step back sometimes. But seeing it captured like that, it made me proud, not just for the work, but also for the people who've made it real. So it's also reaffirmed our belief that we're doing matters, that it's making a real impact in people' daily lives.
We are also glad to have you with us over this journey with many entrepreneurs being there, sharing about their work, which is reflecting lots of passion behind it. And you said it correctly that sometimes we forget to put our own highlights when we are so much engrossed in our different projects. So great. Like again, reflecting on your journey, like was there a defining moment when you thought of that retail traditional model is no longer working? It needs change. What was that moment when you thought of it?
Visiting some sites in our network, it was functional, it was clean, uh, but you don't feel there is a soul. So people came in for fuel, grabbed something out of necessity and just left. That moment hit me hard. We weren't building loyalty. We weren't inspiring anyone. That was the wake up call. The world had moved on. Consumer were experiencing premium food and at airport, at the train station, at malls as well. So full service at cafes, yet our space hadn't caught up.
True.
That's when I knew we had to reimagine the full convenience retail and the full customer experience.
Right. And I think that's where an entrepreneur generally thinks of the problem statements coming out in our own experiences in the life at different places. We are talking here about fuel stations, right? So I'm just thinking, what were your early challenges? Because we are going to a place wherein, we only think about getting the fuel done and moving around. But introducing quality and freshness into such an unconventional setting, how did you manage that? What were your early challenges?
The first major hurdle was the belief. Uh, Even internally in the company, in different company that I've been working, so getting the teams and stakeholders to believe that people would want and pay for fresh, high quality food. The idea seemed too ambitious at first, and then externally there was, let's say, skepticism from customer. So we had to prove the concepts we could consistently deliver on quality. We started small, piloting in some sites, some items, some offer, carefully sourced and trained staff to focus on this service and how to present the service to our customer. Once they change the experience, word of mouth,
Right.
communication, marketing as well. So then, getting that initially, we got the buy-in from the customer, and then we start moving on and adding more and more.
True, and the word of mouth really works. And when we ourselves are also consumers somewhere down the line, right? Because we ourselves are visiting places like this. And like, what are the offerings that are generally given now as a part of this experience? Like, can you tell me something about it? Like offerings from fresh juices, bakery product. What was your thought on giving these offerings along with this experience here?
Fuel stop is quick, so by nature. So people they don't want to take lot of time inside the service station, but there are also some moment of pause in some location in between the cities, in the highway, where people travel and spend more
True.
time. So then people take a break,
Right.
grab something to recharge. So we call it the stretch mission. So there is two mission, the short mission and the stretch mission. So we have to offer both. Uh, very nice coffee for the grab and go, and then for the people, for some pause they take and time they take, so it became an opportunity. So we asked ourselves, why not make it rememberable? We
Mm,
tested with fresh juices, with some popular bakery freshness, and then the reaction was incredible. That gave us the
mhm.
confidence to expand into baked goods, local meals, and even healthier options. So now we can see the trend of the healthy, of the hygiene, and the people take care about their health more and more. So we saw
Right.
that if you meet people with quality and care, they will shift their expectation.
True. I would put up those two words, quality and care. Both emotionally connects now to a consumer, to your audience, right? And the stretch mile, you have two parts, right? You told me about short ones and the stretch ones. So I myself, if I'm going to a stretch, this all points that you have mentioned actually gives out a role which is very much needed in the stretch ones. So from uh, the point of having these meals, right? But I also get connected to a brand. Do you read the unspoken expectation of the customers? Like we as a customer have a lot of many expectations. How are you reading this as an emotional connection?
It's about observations and empathy. So
Hmm.
we pay close attention to what customer don't say, by their body language, by their journey inside the site and inside
True.
our convenience store, how long they linger at certain displays, which item they pick up and then put down again. So the expression they have when walking in or out, we also talk to them. Casual, real conversation, over time, patterns, image. So it's about this, about emotional. We noticed, for example, that people really value familiarity, local
True.
flavor, cultural
Right.
touches. Yeah,
Right.
that led us to incorporate, for example, some influence, local influence in on our offer. Emotional connection is it's not loud, it's subtle, I can say. And if you
Mm.
listen closely to your customer, if you, and then it's tell you everything you need to know.
True. And of course, when we talk about customers, the discounts come in, right? Many of the businesses are still relying on heavy discounts for customer loyalty. Now, like, what have you learned in this journey on creating a loyalty that isn't price driven?
Might bring someone in one time, but it doesn't bring them back again.
Hmm.
And they will not become loyal just because of the discounting. Everyone, every supermarket, every chain, every food business is offering that. What brings people back is trust. So trust
Hmm.
of the brand, trust of the offer, consistency, feeling understood. So we shifted
Correct.
from transactional tactics to relational ones. And for instance, ensuring our staff recognize repeat customer, tailoring offers based on habit, and creating spaces that feel welcoming loyalty. Today, it's about belonging. If people feel
True.
like this brand gets me, they will keep coming back. and even
Keep
if there
coming
is no
back.
discount, even if there is no discount involved.
True. The loyalty is built along the way, any which ways, without the discounts too. So,
Yeah.
we are talking about very local target audience behavior here, and you have used different strategies to fit in into this local behavior. Any example of which has shaped this opinion of the fit to local behavior thought of yours?
One powerful example, it's during the holy month of Ramadan, targeting certain community of people. It's not just a religious period, it's deeply
Hmm.
social. So families gather, communities come alive at night. Uh, Instead of generic promotion, we created, we call it iftar packs, for example, with
Mm-hmm.
culturally relevant items, dates, laban,
Right.
local sweets. We also extended store hours uh,
Okay.
to late night,
To accommodate.
created,
Right.
yes, and created comfortable space for people to gather post, we call it post iftar. Loyalty here wasn't about points, it was about presence, about
Mm.
showing up in a way that mattered. That connection created a level of loyalty.
True, and when a brand thinks about your customers' environment as such, what are they feeling today when they are visiting the store or when they are visiting the fuel station, and then you having the iftar parks also in the holy Ramadan time. So that calls it a strategy to fit in the local behavior, which is a very good example that you have given. But I'm sure you have come across many customer behaviors and many customer approaches. Any of the specific instance which surprised you to rethink your own approach to have the customer on board?
One surprise was how differently people perceive time in different markets. In some
Right.
regions, speed is everything. In others,
True.
especially in parts of the Middle East, people are open to taking their time. If the
Mm,
experience is worth it, of course. That completely changed how we designed space, first of all.
space.
We
Mm,
added sitting area. In other region, so we go more for drive-through.
correct.
Yeah, and even the lighting, the ambience, it changed from area to area. We allow people to linger. It turned a foundational, let's say, stop into a moment of claim. That shift in mindset was game changer for how we thought about retail design and engagement, from
So
region to region, from market to
region
market.
to region.
Yes.
Right. The customer priorities changes from different markets and different regions, and it's very important, which you just mentioned, to react upon it and accordingly curate the spaces. Uh, when I say spaces, I think about franchisees now, right? So franchisees are something which have been thriving consistency, right? So if I'm thinking about a franchisee, it's same all around the space. But again, mixing it with the local behavior and relevance. So how are you tackling that challenge? Because you need to have the local mindset running through a franchisee and still keeping it consistent. How are you tackling that point?
Global to local, it's a journey. So we've developed what I can call freedom within a framework model. Our framework
Hmm.
defines the non-negotiable. The non-negotiable is the safety, the brand integrity, service standard. But within that, we give franchisees, or we give the retailer room to adapt. For example, they can offer local snacks, design menu board in culturally relevant styles,
True.
or host community event. So the event, it's different.
Is different.
This
True.
creates ownership at the local level, and when local teams feel ownership, they bring more passion and authenticity. Consistency doesn't mean sameness. It means
Hmm.
reliable quality with room for personal local touch.
True, true. And of course, when I, as a consumer, am getting something which fits in my local behavior or which fits in my mindset, then only that all trust, loyalty come back, everything comes in, instead of just following a franchisee model and proving that it is now consistent. So great, like move and having different spaces too. How's your thought now on sustainability and local sourcing over the years? Like, have you made any efforts towards this, like making it sustainable with the local sourcing being there around the franchisee models that you have provided?
Really, in my career, sustainability felt like a side project, important but optional. That's completely
Right.
changed now. It's a core part of our value proposition. We source locally whenever we can, which support the local economy and reduces our carbon footprint. We've switched
Mm-hmm.
to biodegradable packaging and reduced single-use plastics. Customer notice and appreciate it. But more
Appreciates it.
important, yeah, but more importantly, our teams like pride in it. It's become a shared purpose, and we've seen that when sustainability is woven into operation, not molded on it, it drives real impact.
Right. And we as an entrepreneur, you are also having a responsibility, right, which you carry towards the environment, which you carry towards the whole governance part of it. So sustainability comes in with different steps, which you have just mentioned, um, right from packaging, sourcing, probably having the right shift of mindset given to your team so that the customer also sees it when they are actually visiting, and keeps you motivated to do more of the sustainable work. And I'm very
Yes.
glad to hear this from you. And the viewers also here are, the leaders around the globe and upcoming entrepreneurs, and thoughts like yours shapes what other people are somewhere down going to either put in the place or at least think about it. So sustainability, right, is now the important part and not the optional part. Uh, with sustainability coming into the age where we live in, we also have AI and data. Lots of data being built on daily basis. Lots of lots of things that we can do with AI now. So how do you see that is now revolving around us and evolving in the retail space?
Absolutely. Data is our compass. It tells us what customer want, when they want it, and how we can serve them better. AI takes it a step further by helping us to predict needs,
Mm,
personalize offer, and optimize operation as well. So, for example, we can now tailor promotion based on buying behavior or also restock run low. But it's not just about efficiency, it's about relevance. In the future, I see AI helping us localize at scale, giving every site the power to behave like a local store, even
mm.
within a global network. And data, it's so any decision it should be driven by data from my point of view.
Right. So now, as we spoke about data and AI being that relevant, right? So it start giving you the customer trends and customer shifts. So, how do you think that business are still underestimating this particular part of customer trends and customer shifts, which they are not leveraging, even their data is there?
Estimating how much emotion drives decision making. Um, People may say they want fast and cheap, but they stay for how a brand makes them feel. That's why uh, different experiences, design, and storytelling are becoming just as important as product and price. Another big
Mm,
shift is the expectation of personalization. People want brand to recognize them, remember them, and tailor to them,
right.
not in a creepy way, but in a caring way. Business that
True.
ignore this shift will struggle to stay relevant.
True, true, true. Right, and that's where all the business owners somewhere down the line now need that data and AI to bring along customer trends and to act upon it. Otherwise, it's a chance that is dragging them probably 5 years back or 10 years back, wherein traditional approach to marketing works, traditional approach to collect data works. So, we are talking about your journey wherein you started and you are here at a very different pace now. So, from your early days of the career and today, what was the definition then, and what is the definition of success now? How do you define success with this shift and with the time you have now come upon?
Target hit, promotion and earned. Today, success is about it's about impact. It's seeing a young team member grow into a leader. It's hearing a customer say, "This place just feels different." It's building something uh, that lasts. I still value results, of course. We all do, but now I measure success in the depth of relationship we build and the positive change we create.
True. It's now about the journey instead of just thinking about the result being there at the last. And a lot of viewers today will also be wanting to, know from your journey that any advice that you can future proof their retail and F&B businesses. Any advice to the entrepreneurs out there in the world?
Point of view for all entrepreneurs and leaders. Lead with empathy, stay curious, and don't be afraid to challenge old assumption. The world is shifting fast, and the business that thrive are the ones willing to adapt without losing their soul. Build a brand that's grounded in purpose, flexible in approach, and obsessed with the customer experience. Also, invest in your people because innovation doesn't come from strategy decks, it comes from teams that
Right.
feel empowered, inspired, and trusted to try something new. Um, this is from my humble career.
Great. I think a lot of things that I have learned in this whole conversation. Lot of insights from how have you shaped a fuel station to an experience with lots of offerings to the consumers. I wish to be at the next fuel station looking at all this experience which we are talking today. And thanks for giving your words of wisdom to our upcoming leaders, entrepreneurs, all the people who are watching today. I'm glad to be connected. We are glad at Humans of Globe to feature your story. And thank you so much for your time today, I would say, Mr. Ramzi. And looking forward very soon to have another one with you and someday to also meet in person.
Thank you for my pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a great day
Thank you.
ahead. Yeah.
Thank you.